Hi, this is just a quick video. I could actually hear something outside and I wasn't sure what it was. So this is my garden. Unfortunately, there is not a gate that will enable me to go into the field that is currently being mowed by the tractor. And if I hadn't come upstairs to clean my vacuum, I never would have had the opportunity to see this and film it. So at the moment, I'm not losing my mind. The tractor is probably behind that bush, that hedgerow, and it's doing what is, I suppose, like a circular movement. I mean, wow, look at that blue sky. That is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I have a flat roof. Please don't try and break in and try and climb on there. The only person I ever allow to climb on there is my son. You can see straight away that it really needs resurfacing, and it's actually starting to leak and put rubbish in, put water into the house. So we're just about to see the tractor come round the corner in a minute. So this is my garden. Originally, when I moved in, all that was in the garden was bramble, broken glass, paraphernalia from, obviously, that this house had probably been used for drugs. Again, which is probably one of the reasons why I did have issues with social and the police, because when I did speak to my next door neighbour, who is lovely, she's such a lovely person, she actually told me that sadly the people that lived in my house before me were involved with the police for domestic violence. So again, you know, when I did have an issue, I had to convince the police and social services that I was not the previous tenant. And they were like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Look, trust me, you know, look at your medical records, look at your police reports. You know, we're not even going to have the same surname." Yep, there it is, just over there, look. So I have tried to trim the grass, but again, microplastics are a big issue even when you use a trimmer. So you have to kind of be vigilant about picking up all the plastic afterwards. Oh, so there's actually two. Oh, wow. That is a rare sight to see. But sadly, I don't know. Are they doing it at the right time of the year? I mean, make hay while the sun shines, isn't that what they say? So sadly, I was actually going to take my kids over the park this weekend. And now they are going to have a fantastic time, minus the dog mess. The park at the back of my house is very popular with dog walkers, and sadly not everybody does pick up after themselves. So I dread to think what that grass is going to be like to walk on. But, you know, let it dry out. You're going to have hay. Unfortunately, any wildflowers that may have been growing, which would have been great for the butterflies and insects, and obviously the birds and all the rest of the wildlife that live over there, have now had their habitat destroyed. And then we have my next door neighbour's garden, which is an absolute wildlife haven. She does not have green fingers, I'm afraid. She is not a fan of gardening, but it doesn't matter. The only disadvantage is obviously because it isn't maintained. As you can see in my garden, a lot of her bramble and stinging nettles, which I don't mind as long as the boys don't jump in the hedge, and bindweed has creeped into my lawn. So I'm not cutting the grass at the moment because we have ragwort in the garden. And it is contained, it is in my garden, it's great for the cinnabar moths. And with the fact that they've just literally cutting the field behind me, it's a good idea that we are literally so close to this field. I'm not joking. If you could put a footpath from where that door is down the bottom, right through that huge thicket of bramble and where that hedgerow is, you are literally already in that field. And part of me, it is such a shame, because if I had a house that had the opportunity to do that, my garden would literally be used for growing vegetables and fruit. Because I could just literally say to my children, without there being any worries or any concerns to their health or safety or well-being, just run down the garden, go and play in the field behind me. So now my kids are a little bit older, one of the things they have requested is that maybe I buy them walkie-talkies. Because even if they were playing in the field over there, where you can see the tractor, I would be able to physically see them from this window. So it is a peace of mind. So I have suggested if they do want their friends to play with them during the summer holidays, that, especially my oldest, if he wants to go and play football or something, then if he played in that area, I would feel comfortable because I know that I could see him and I wouldn't have to literally be helicopter parenting him as such. And with my next door neighbour's garden, I mean, the conifers that she has in the garden have been brilliant for nesting birds again this year. And you can literally see the butterflies flying around. Unfortunately, you might not actually be able to see them on my phone, but again, even the gardens next door, they are so well maintained around here that it does put my garden to shame. But now I've seen them cut the grass, I don't feel so guilty that I haven't mowed my lawn, because at least not everything that is wild is being eradicated. But to actually be standing here and looking at all the butterflies that are flying about, it's just breathtaking. And I mean, and that sky is just absolutely amazing. So yes, if you can have the opportunity to allow your children to run and play in a field like this, obviously, like I said, it has just been mowed. So one of my main concerns is obviously going to be how much dog mess is on that grass that hasn't been picked up by people. But apart from that, and the fact that there isn't much shade. So again, you wouldn't want to go out there in peak heat, but in the evenings, in the cool of the day, to literally go into that field, knowing that it is literally behind the house that I rent, it is such a blessing. Who needs to pay to get on a plane and go abroad when today, I mean, it's just so beautiful. And this is in the United Kingdom. So for those parents out there who are struggling because of the cost of living, even something simple as, like for myself, walking over the road or literally round the corner, I think it's about a 20-minute walk from where I am, which is so frustrating because it literally, if I could just walk out on my back door, I'd be there in 5 minutes and just go and have a picnic in the park. So it looks like they have finished cutting now, and I'm just waffling, but I just cannot get over how beautiful today is. And here I am indoors, but I'm ginger and gingers burn, cleaning. But, you know, I've opened all the windows, I'm letting all the air in. That's not to avoid my insurance. I'm here, so please don't try and rob me. Again, I just want to point that out, how many people have posted on things like that on social media. Oh, I'm going to town. And if people know where you live and your insurance companies know that you've been posting online that you're on holiday and you leave your windows open to go places and you get robbed, apparently your insurance then becomes null and void. Oh my God, those butterflies are absolutely gorgeous. I think they're called cabbage whites, and they are literally dancing. I think they're doing what is like a mating kind of dance around each other, and they are just, and I can only apologise if you can't see them. But, so I'm hoping they did get picked up by my video camera on my phone, and if they didn't, I can only apologise. But I'm going to go back to cleaning now, otherwise I would literally be sitting in this window all day, just watching the world go by. Because when you have the opportunity to just de-stress and do that and just be able to just admire the beauty of nature. Even something simple like birds flying or butterflies or even little grasshoppers. Sorry, I know I might sound completely nuts, but I am. I have actually been medically diagnosed with having mental health. So I do apologise that Crazy Katie is back. But I cannot get over how beautiful today is. And I just thought it'd be great to share it with people. So hopefully you'll enjoy my videos. If you have any comments, please feel free to make them. But please bear in mind anything that is abusive or derogatory to myself or others will be removed. Thank you.